My God, look at this thing. It's taking off right now, and it is taking off because it has been banned and sanctioned by the United States. That's right. Do you want to know what it is? This is the hottest thing in AI right now. It's better than OpenAI, and it's literally taking off because it is banned and sanctioned by the United States.
That I just showed you guys is arguably the #1 AI stock in the world right now. But you guys are going to say, well, how come we never heard of it? Because OpenAI doesn't have a stock, right? It's not listed on the stock market. What about, say, Facebook, Meta, Google, Apple? These are not really AI companies. I mean, they're trying to pivot towards AI, but they don't really have, they're not really natural AI companies, and they're not really listed as an AI company. So what do you mean by the #1 AI stock in the world? Well, this AI stock, this AI company, it just released its new model. It's on the stock exchange, and in fact, it's better than all the ChatGPTs out there. The latest one is ChatGPT 4 Turbo, and look at the results. It ran up against it. So here, comparing against like language, mathematics, reasoning, a number of areas, you have ChatGPT 4 Turbo, you have Llama 3, that's the AI program from Facebook, and this thing called SenseChat, right, is beating it in all these areas except this one and this one, right? So it's basically winning very handsomely against competition, which is OpenAI and Meta or Facebook. But why is this top AI company with all this technology banned in the world, right? Well, that's because this company is from China. And of course, the United States have banned and sanctioned it, right? Does that sound very familiar to you? Well, like we saw in the past, right? Anything that is basically winning against Meta or Facebook, that's beating, Instagram or Amazon or YouTube will get banned, right? Well, they'll find some sort of bullshit excuse like, oh, it's the security, data security, whatever security, right? So they banned this company. Okay, so the company I'm talking about, the stock chart that I showed you, is called SenseTime, and it was sanctioned and banned 2 years ago. That's because it's the Chinese champion in AI. And it's not just this SenseTime, but also there's been this attempt to try to stranglehold, to choke China on anything to do with CPUs, with semiconductors, or with the development of AI, right? So therefore, the GPU makers in China, companies such as Huawei, which I'm sure you've heard of, Huawei has also been choked, been sanctioned, been banned. But that hasn't actually stopped Huawei. It's made it a lot tougher for them, but hasn't stopped Huawei from developing. In fact, Huawei is actually breaking through now. In fact, the top GPU company in the world, NVIDIA, now calls Huawei their top competitor. So if Huawei can still provide top-grade GPUs to these Chinese companies, AI companies such as SenseTime, then AI is still going to develop pretty fast in China. And that's why I've been telling my Discord to get into SenseTime, and it's done pretty well in the last few days.